So me and Juliet, well, actually, you're doing it separate, but, I don't know. I almost feel like maybe I shouldn't, huh?
Yeah, well, you could think about it.
So, I know
I'm definitely going to address things. I'll say on my channel, I'm going to address some stuff just because it's interesting. And there are still some people, I know what was bothering you was that there's some people who seem to think that you did something you didn't do because there's so many lies going around.
Yeah, you guys were talking about the whole thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
We're talking about the whole thing with the Gannon autopsy photos and stuff. I do want to address some things, and like, I would love to do an open panel, but I am a little afraid just because I'm afraid of like just trolls coming in to like ruin the live stream. Not because I'm afraid of like, you know, you guys having like hard questions or serious questions or coming at me. That's fine. But you know, people could ruin whole live streams by doing like those bombs and stuff. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I do want to answer and clear up some of the misinformation going around about it because I'm hearing so much stuff and I just want the whole truth to be out and exactly what happened and what it is. And so,
and there's a lot, like for those of you who who have been around and maybe you just aren't online that much, like you might have missed some of like the craziness of it. And it definitely took a turn at a certain point where it just got, in my opinion, just ridiculous. And unfortunately, this is something that comes with the internet, and it could happen to you, it could happen to someone else you care about, and it's good to familiarize yourself with it because it definitely changed. Like the issue at the beginning wasn't even there anymore, and it just changed into something completely different and just absolutely crazy. But I've never dealt with anything like that before, so it was an experience even for me. I know it was for
my eyes to a lot of things. Like, wow, like I feel like I learned a lot through all that. And the reason I want to do a video is just to get like the misinformation, because there's still stuff like even Randy. I talked to Randy, and he's asking me questions like some of the questions I want to answer, and it's just like no, like that's not true, or that's not true. Some of this stuff, it's like it's misinformation going around about it, and I'll take accountability for what I did, but I want it to be what I did and not like lies. You know what I'm saying? And I want the truth to be out there, and people are twisting things and they're just not telling it accurately. So I just, like I said, I'll take accountability, but I want it to be for what is the truth and what I did, and not all this other stuff that's got blown way out of proportion. And so I want to figure out a way where I can do a panel in a way where people can't ask me any other questions they have. And I'll be 100% honest. Like, ask me whatever. I have nothing to hide. But I don't know how to go about doing that where we don't get like a bunch of crazy people. Does anybody have any like recommendations? I don't know. Or do you think I should just either that, or I'm gonna have to just like take questions from people in the chat, like read them? But I feel like it might be better to let people up. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, because I want everybody's voice. Like, anybody has a problem with me, if you want to yell at me, if you want to ask me, but as long as, you know, just get it all out. But you know, I want to be able to answer all the questions, and I want to be able to, you know, say what happened, you know, and you can hear it right from me. I don't know how to do it, but I'm planning on doing it this next weekend is when I ideally want to do it. So yeah, so I got to figure that out. But and then Juliet, go ahead. You're going to do a video. You said what?
I want to do a video too, and I noticed, I just saw in chat some of you guys mentioning Brian Ensign. I'm going to talk about the Brian Ensign thing also, because I have some I was going to say insider information about it, which sounds way more exciting than it actually is. But yeah, not a good person apparently.
I know
I didn't know that.
I mean, yeah, I definitely.
You know, I'm a big fan of his prior to that, but I always heard other people talk about how great he is. So I was blown away. But there's some information that you guys might not know that I'm going to touch on about him, just to give people a heads up, not to like drag him or whatever, because I'm going to just be open and honest about it. I'm not trying to be dramatic about anything, but.
Darksy, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Brian was somebody that I trusted for my information, my true crime information. I thought he was credible. I thought for sure he fact checks on his cases. But how he handled that tells me he doesn't fact check. He didn't fact check with me. So the fact that he just ran with all that without fact checking is going to make me doubt his stories. When he comes out with a story on the cases, I'm going to doubt it because I know he doesn't fact check. So that he disappointed me so freaking much.
Not only that, but then the email So yeah, I don't know if you're interested.
Well, that part, but you're gonna
I'll get into that on my channel. Yeah.
Yeah, Juliet, you mean like you brought it like, yeah, when you like brought that in that way last week, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even think about it like that. Wow, that's just messed up.
Slimy.
Yes, it is. And what was I gonna say? Wait, I had one more thing to say. Shoot, I forget. Yeah, so oh yeah, and I didn't double check it, but I heard after he caused the damage, after it was done, after everybody's not going to go rewatch his edited version, after he put out misinformation, probably to cover his butt, somebody told me he edited out some of the misinformation, but the damage is already done. Do you think people are going to rewatch your edited version? Everybody already saw the original version. That's very freaking irresponsible. So the fact is like, you know what I'm saying? That just shows you he did have misinformation. So you could believe him or believe me, but he edited it out because he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is he should have fact checked before he freaking broadcast to thousands of people. You know, just, it's messed up. I mean, I don't even know if he edited out I was just told he edited out some of the misinformation, but that was after the fact. Like I said, you watch like a video, who's going to rewatch?
Rewatch it later, yeah.
Rewatch it later. So it's like, it's just messed up. It's messed up. And even, I'm not even going to say anything else, but yeah, so yeah, guys, so look for that maybe this weekend. And then Juliet, I just wanted to clarify what actually happened. And then I personally, and I'm not speaking for both of us, I'm speaking for myself, I'm personally confused as to why that backlash happened. I mean, I'm not, because I get how the internet works, and I've, but it's just a lot of it isn't genuine, and I kind of want, I'm ideally hoping someone who really does, at this point, still find it to be your actions to be an outrage, a complete outrage that they're very upset over. I'd love to talk to someone about that and maybe have them come up on my channel, because I'm not seeing, and I'm saying that because I'm not seeing it anymore. I think that the people who are outraged were getting the wrong information. There were some people who were like, oh, I don't know if you should have done that or not, which I think is a totally valid response, but like, that's it. That's the extent of it. Beyond that, I think that people either got the wrong information and that's why they were outraged, or they're not actually outraged, including some other creators too, because I was just talking to someone in chat who said I was surprised at the reactions of the other true crime creators, and yeah, so am I, because... And we know, because there are, and I want to get all into this, but there's, right now, and there's probably way more, there's 3 channels, and there was 4. One took them down the day my apology video went up. This person took his video down, but there's still 3 up, and there's probably more because I didn't go searching. 3 people that have the exact same photos up on YouTube as we speak right now, respectable freaking channels, and not one freaking word about them. And I don't care, I'm going to get on to this, because the photos that I had were not some special photos. They were the photos that they showed at the trial. And I would love to be able to compare. I would love to be able to take these channels that have them up on YouTube right now and compare my photos to them to show you that they're exact same. But I can't do that now, can I? I can't. But I would love to, because they're the exact same ones. And yet no backlash. And they were trying to destroy me. Like everybody, I have the worst reputation. And nobody's saying a word about them. I try to make it a little bit more private, because it's a little bit more sensitive information, right? Something that maybe is not okay for YouTube, because there are kids on there. So I thought, you know what? I don't think this is YouTube content, so I'm going to be a little bit more responsible and put it on my Patreon. That's all there is to it. Not that, oh, you're trying to make $3. It was on my Patreon, which costs $3 to be a member, and then you get all the videos on it. It wasn't anything specific for that video. $3, you get all the videos on my Patreon, and that was one of the videos that was on my Patreon. I just tried to, number one, I didn't think it was appropriate for YouTube. I didn't even think it would be allowed on YouTube. Isn't that what Patreon is for? Isn't that what Patreon is for? It's for material that isn't appropriate for YouTube. You're supposed to be able to do it on Patreon, because it's a personal thing, and it's like a lot of people, like a lot of true crime and stuff that YouTube won't let. They put it on Patreon. Why was that bad that I was actually a little bit more responsible with it?
Yeah. Steel Ribbon said, sorry. Yep, now there's bored housewives trying to influence legislation into Congress. I'm with you on the bored housewives thing. I have a lot to say about that too.
But I swear it had nothing to do with making more money. Oh, I'm going to make more. Let me put it on your It has to do with
charged more if you were really, that's what it was about.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it. It had to do with it. I didn't think it was appropriate material for YouTube. First of all, I didn't think it would even be acceptable on YouTube.
Right.
Because I didn't even realize until after that people had it on YouTube. So I didn't even think it was going to be acceptable, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And it's crazy that like other people have done the same thing before you, and there was no backlash.
Yeah,
and then you get other YouTube true crime creators who know that other people have done the same thing with no backlash, coming out and saying, "Oh, she should have known better." Like, how would you have known better? How would you have known better if literally other people have done it, and everyone seemed okay with it when they did it? You'd have to be psychic to know better.
I know. Do you think, yeah, you guys think I would, like, come on, I didn't. Like, I thought it was a part of the cases. We always.
It is.
Yeah.
I still say, I know, I'm not speaking on behalf of you, but
I guess I didn't know the boundary. Now I'm learning the lines. I didn't know the line there because it was okay. You know what I'm saying?
It was okay, yeah, until suddenly it isn't, and everyone says you should have known that it wasn't okay, but meanwhile it was okay up until that point, up until everyone decided it wasn't. Like, it's really, really crazy. Anyway.
But yeah, it definitely, it's the people, and all the photos say people's exhibit, and just like when Michael Allen gets up there and insinuates that I got it. Well, Michael, I got it from Colorado. That's another thing. It came from Colorado. I have the emails to prove it. It wasn't from Florida. It's from the trial record. It was the court trial record.
Yeah, and then also, like, anyone, the thing is, like, for both of us, and I will speak on behalf of both of us at this point, like, anyone who was like, I don't know if you should have done that, or I'm not that big on autopsy photos, or maybe autopsy photos are okay, but not of a kid. All of that stuff, we both were like, oh, 100% legit. Like, willing to listen and be like, oh, maybe we're seeing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like, those responses are fine. Like, it should be a conversation that's had, you know, like should this, are we gonna, if everyone was like, you know what, we could talk about cases on YouTube, the true crime community, whatever, but let's all stay away from autopsy photos. Like, I personally wouldn't agree with that, but I'd be like, okay, if enough people are like, yeah, let's have that be where we draw the line, then 100%, yeah. But do you see what I mean? Like, the difference, the genuine response to this, where they disagree with it, sounds completely different than all of these other responses you've been getting. Because it's not about the autopsy photos for those people.
It's not. And can I also say, everybody said, oh, everybody tried to tell you not to do it. That's a lie. It wasn't until after Queen Bee and all her people went to attack me. No, I want to tell you, if you look at my lives leading up to it, I probably at least over a week mentioned it on a few lives, a few videos, feeling you guys out. Would anybody be interested in autopsy photos? What do you guys think? I'm thinking about releasing. Would anybody be interested? Who would be interested? Not one single person said, Tiff, don't do it. It's a bad idea. Not one single person said. Only people said, some people didn't say anything, but the people that did respond said, yeah, I'm interested. Hey, I'm interested. Yeah, I'd do it. So that's a freaking lie. Nobody said that. And you can go back through my freaking live streams on the live chat and look when I mentioned it. And I was trying to see, like, hey, who would be interested? Is this something you guys are interested in? Like, let me know. Yeah, Tiff. Yeah. Bam. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just so
there's a lot of crazy.
When I hear live with people like, they told you not to do it. That was not until after it was already up and Queen Bee sent her people over attacking me. So that's a lie. It's a freaking lie. Anyway, yeah. What are you laughing at, Julia?
I'm just laughing at the absurdity of it. Like, I'm just seeing it from a more of an outside perspective. Like, another YouTuber sending people to do this is just sad. It's sad. It is sad. It's one of those things where, like, I can't stand these people, but at the same time, it's like, it's so sad that part of me does feel bad. Like, what are their lives like that they feel the need to do this? Just, you know what I mean? To send people after someone for no reason? Like, I don't know. What are you getting out of that?
I'm glad you guys know, like, everybody here, thank you. Because it's like, if anybody even knows me, they know I didn't have, like, they know, like, I just get so into cases, they know that there was nothing, like, no malicious intent, nothing. Like, I was just dug into this case. I really got into this case, you know, and I asked you guys and people wanted to see it. So
someone I saw, we should wrap this up before we get to it, but I did see, like, one comment that I was gonna, if I could, I know I screenshotted it to use it in my video, but if I can find it again I will. But it was just one, like, rando who commented on your apology video and summed it up perfectly by just saying, like, I think they said, I thought true crime equals autopsy photos. No? Like, that was it.
Wait. They said it as a joke, or what do you mean?
No, they were saying, like, they didn't get it at all. Like, they thought autopsy photos was, like, part of it. Like, but they asked just so, like, innocently and, like, straightforward, and just, like, a short little, all the other comments were really long. That one was just like, I thought true crime equals autopsy photos, no? Or something like that. And I was like, yep.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, it got so big. My nephews were watching that Penguin guy. They saw it. I just heard yesterday, my nephew said that my basically my brother's ex-wife is all mad at me because she doesn't, she's like hearing these headlines, seeing what these people are saying. They're making me out to be this horrible, sick monster. So she's like mad at me because she hasn't got to hear the truth yet. And so like, but Case and I was like, did Case and Kim explain it? Because I didn't explain this to my nephews because it's all over YouTube. Like, and my nephew Cam keeps saying, they keep saying you're an evil monster. He kept repeating that. It's like, oh, True Crime Investigates. Yes, oh, we should do that. Sorry, I'm just seeing you now. I got a text from Missy like a while ago, and then when I saw it, then I didn't see you, and then, okay, so I'm glad I got to say hi to you. Thanks for coming. So yeah, did I cut you off, Juliet?
I don't know. I was just saying we should wrap it up.
Yeah, we should. But look for Juliet's video because she's going to be a lot better at articulating everything.
I just basically want to show what actually happened because a lot of you guys don't know. So that's all it is. It's not going to be anything too exciting.
Yeah, and thank you guys. And I know like a lot of the supporters, like I had to keep like telling myself, and Juliet had to keep reminding me, like, it's like you guys, like it was like, for some reason I was only seeing the negative because they're all at the top of the comments and stuff, and it just looked like overwhelmingly like, oh my God, it was overwhelming. And then I get emails where people are like, we want to stick up for you, but we're getting bashed in the comments, like you can't even say anything because they're getting attacked. It's just out of control. But anyway, yeah, all right, all Dragonfly, but thank you guys. Actually this live was like better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you guys are seriously the best. Like, I can't even put it into words how much.
We were ready to get attacked. Like, I thought I was going to get attacked. Like, I was ready. I was like all nervous. I was like, okay, let's get ready to get attacked, but I just have to do it sometime. And I'm like pleasantly surprised that you guys are all here, you know, so thank you.
And saying such kind things. Like, it's really, you guys are so great. You really are.
Yeah, you really are.
It means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Hey everyone, if you're listening to this, then you likely know about the last few days. I want to apologize to everyone I've hurt, but especially Cannon's family. I've been doing some major soul searching and reflecting. There are many trying to define my motivations, and while I'm not looking for forgiveness or trying to make excuses, I do hope to provide additional context that has not been made clear. I have followed the Letitia Stout case closely, and it was actually during the trial that I made the official records request. And it was in El Paso County, Colorado. I requested all the video, audio, and written records. I made no request for autopsy photos. I wanted all the trial records, but my main interests were interviews with Letitia. The autopsy photos just happened to be in the files. I spent time reviewing what I received so I could provide more info from the trial. I believe many of my images were already shown during the televised trial, and I saw the photos on other public YouTube channels that live streamed the trial and shared the evidence. I didn't think any of the images were new. These photos were already public, although the video I put together with the coroner's voice was my own creation. I chose to put the video on Patreon because of the sensitive nature of the evidence. Putting the evidence behind a paywall meant added security, and I naively thought they wouldn't be made public. The video I created with a voice from the coroner wasn't meant to be shared outside of Patreon, and I chose not to put the photos on YouTube, a public forum, where the views would have allowed me to make more money, and the photos would be seen by more people. Because the video was placed behind a paywall, rumors about the images not being blurred or being different than what was shown in trial started to surface. No photo shows genitalia. I have made no jokes about the photos. I don't even cuss on my channel, and I would never allow derogatory remarks about a victim. I realized my intentions were not communicated well. My channel style is sort of me hanging out with friends and speaking off the cuff, and I did not articulate my reasons or think my decision through. At this time, my Patreon website has been shut down. I am not sharing any of the photos or video anywhere, although you can see the photos published on other popular channels. Nothing you see is from me, nor will it ever be. To those who have supported me and followed my channel, and to the true crime community, I'm sorry I let you down. You cannot imagine the pain Gannon's family has gone through. My anger over what happened to Gannon is the reason I started following the case. I'm not this evil, heartless person like many are saying, but I'm also doing a lot of self-reflecting, and I'm looking into sensitivity training. I did not want to add to the family's loss with anything I said or shared about this case, and it will be a long time before I ever trust myself or my decisions again. To Gannon's family, I have no words that can make this better. No one should have to ever go through what you guys have been through. I'm so very sorry for any pain that I have caused you.